Alright, what is up, you beautiful people, and welcome back to another Minecraft mod review. Today we'll be reviewing a beautiful dimension. This is our Atlantean Research Facility. And we will be taking a look at the mod called Atlantis, which adds a new dimension that is completely underwater. So at this research facility, we have 4 sections here. First place we're going to go to is our forge. Now, Atlantis mod adds a few new resources. We got the aquamarine gem, as well as some orichalcum. So orichalcum can be crafted using raw copper, gold, and 1 aquamarine gem. So we'll take a look at the the orichalcum blend, as well as where we're going to find aquamarine in a moment. So we also get 3 types of armor that is added. We have the brown rot boots. So I'm just going to take one of these guys off of here. Okay, so now this brown rot set is very, very similar to iron. So we got the iron chest plate here, 6 Minecraft armor toughness, and this is 5 armor. Now, it's slightly weaker than iron, but it has armor toughness on every single piece. And here is a recipe of how it's made. We need to get some brown rot patches, which is literally just leather, vines, and paper. This is actually quite expensive, I would say, if you need to look for some vines, especially with the leather as well. So I don't actually quite know how good brown rot patches is going to be. However, you can access this resource outside of Atlantis itself. So you can craft this in the overworld. So if you haven't found iron armor yet, brown rot armor is actually not too bad. Now, we also have right here some aquamarine, which can be made purely from aquamarine gems. And an aquamarine chest plate is almost comparable to a diamond chest plate over here. Almost comparable. As you can see, we have 7 armor and 1 armor toughness versus 8 armor and 2 armor toughness. Okay. Now, in order to get a orichalcum set, we need to use our orichalcum blend, fire it up in the furnace, and then combine it in the smithing table. So if we come over here, like so. There we go. Order matters, like so. We get a orichalcum chest plate. So orichalcum chest plate only has 1 armor toughness, so it is slightly below diamond in terms of toughness and everything else. But the good thing is aquamarine gems are very easy to find. So let's just throw these guys away here into our forge so we can start fresh. So here we have our quarry. So some items you can find are these shell blocks. This one just happens to be orange. It's like a giant nautilus shell. There are like thousands of these with different colors. We also have just a generic nautilus shell block as well. So lots of interesting building textures. I don't know if I would build anything with this, but definitely could have a museum with this. And we also have some gems, ocean stone and Atlantean crystal. So ocean stone can be made outside of Atlantis. We have a water bucket and some stone. And it makes you 4 ocean stones. Why do you need ocean stones? So you can get the Atlantean crystal. Together with a gold nugget, you get this Atlantean crystal. What do we use the Atlantean crystals for? Well, Atlantean crystals are useful. Alright, so Atlantean crystals are useful in combination with our drops of Atlantis to create orbs of Atlantis. So the recipe here for our drop of Atlantis here is aquamarine, gold nuggets, and a diamond. So quite pricey, but you get 2 of them. And then our orb of Atlantis here is Atlantean crystals, and you put those together. So what do you use the orb of Atlantis for? We use it for this piece of technology, an Atlantean submarine. So crafting recipe is right over here. 4 pieces of glass, blocks of iron, 1 orb of Atlantis gets us 1 Atlantean submarine. So let's take this bad boy for a spin here. I'm just gonna right click and pop it down. You can see you can get on it just like a boat, and it gives you clear vision underwater. So I do have some better animals plus here, a mod that plays really well with Atlantis, but I'll show you guys why in a moment. You can go up or down just by looking up or down, and you can use it in the overworld as I am right now. Yeah, generally the submarine does not like going out of the water though. You have to press control to get out, just like a boat, and you can see here It is a very big difference. All right, let's get back here. So, as well in Atlantis, you will also find large deposits of aquamarine ore. You can craft 8 pieces of aquamarine gem into a block of aquamarine. Sorry, not 8 pieces, 9 pieces. And there's lots of prismarine everywhere as well. You can also make some hardened calcite blocks. And I think with those, you can make some pearls. So you can see here our recipe here. We need some calcite, which can be found from Minecraft just in general. And then these can be made from hardened calcite blocks and some dyes. You can also find white pearl blocks naturally occurring inside giant clams. You guys will go and see that in a moment. But let's get into the lab here, because the Atlantis mod also adds some cool redstone stuff for nerds. So you can see here, redstone normally doesn't do anything underwater. So that's why we have Atlantean power dust. So if we hook it up to, say, a lever, an Atlantean power lever, look at that. The piston is on. And you can turn it off again. There's also a Atlantean power torch, as well as some repeaters and comparators. You can see here, lever works underwater. You can get this power torch here. Bam, just like that. So that's some cool redstone stuff. I'm not a big redstoner myself, but if you've always hated the fact that you can't build underwater with redstone, this Atlantis mod has got you covered. Now, let's look at our miscellaneous items. So we have some glyph mods, or not mods, blocks. Currently, they don't really do anything. You can inscribe them with a glyph scroll. You can change the color of these glyphs using orange dye. And I believe you can do all of that in our, I think it's in our linguistic block here. So we go here, you can put a dye on it. And if this glyph stone had something written on it, you can also change the glyph. So we can probably go here to change it. So you can see here, you can write something. You got glyph scrolls of various varieties. Right now, it doesn't seem like they do anything. So let's just do a glyph scroll Z. And then you can put our block here, dye it orange. And now it's a Z glyph. So I assume the mod creator wants this to do something in the future. But for now, it is just like a little rune. We also have some Atlantean saplings, which will grow into gigantic trees underwater. I don't think the terrain we have right now is quite suitable for it. Like, I think you can probably grow these in the deep ocean. So we'll see plenty of those trees once we get to Atlantis. As well, we got some fire melons, which can be planted to create fire melon spikes. These guys are used in creating... These guys are used in creating our glyph scrolls, as well as our writing blocks. You can see here. And yeah, I think we have our linguistic block here, which I believe is made from aquamarine gems. So right now, those don't seem to do much for now, but we'll see. This mod is still in development. So let's go and look at some flora and fauna here. Oh, I seem to be trapped on a fully grown fire melon. So those fire melons that you just saw before come from these guys. So this thing I think grows super tall, but our little aquarium here is very small. Aquarium greenhouse. So these guys look like they have no growth. I think you can just punch them to harvest, right? Oh, wait, I fed them an orb of Atlantis and they got really big. I wonder if that's intended. That's interesting. Oh, okay, so definitely don't punch these guys. I'm not quite sure how to harvest these guys yet. But I think they might just pop off here. We also have some flowers, some mushrooms. And yeah, these guys also respond well to bone meal. I wonder if they respond well to this. They don't respond to this. Interesting. Oh. So let's get some bone meal here, and I'll show you guys if I can spell it correctly. Bone meal. Get a little stack. I know the number doesn't really matter. And then we can make it grow super tall again. And there we go. So that's some of the flora here. Now, let's look at some of the fauna that this game adds. So, right here we got an Atlantean crab. Got some jellyfish. Got some Atlantean shrimp. There's a leviathan. I've yet to encounter one of these, naturally. There's a seahorse, as well as a crab. So we're going to go over here to our aquarium, where we will set each of these down in turn. So, let's start with our crab. Nothing too special. We have a little jellyfish here. They're just going to float around. A little green. I think there's 2 versions of them. And then, let's see, we got a shrimp. Oh, that's cute. Look at that, they change colors. I don't want to spawn the Leviathan yet. We got a little seahorse here. You can also pick all of these guys up in buckets. And we have a coconut crab. Alright. So when you spawn the coconut crab, it doesn't play nice with shaders. So I had to disable my complementary shaders here. But the coconut crab is a hulking monstrosity. Which means it's a great time to test some of the Atlantis weapons that are here. I think the coconut crab is also a menace as well. So you can see here, it's only got... The Atlantis weapons are actually not that great by comparison. And I think the coconut crab just ate something. So let's see. This is, I think, slightly worse than the diamond sword. And you can see here, it drops some loot. We have some crab legs. And I think that's about it. That is essentially it. So now I'm going to spawn the Leviathan. Maybe we should get out of the aquarium and in to the open ocean here. Let's see how big this thing is. That's a little disappointing. That is very, very disappointing. So I think the Leviathan does not like the overworld. So let's jump into our portal here. And by jump into our portal, I mean, I gotta show you guys how to make it first. So here's our portal room. Here is our portal block. We have our Atlantean core. So I have one of these right here. So actually, the recipe's on the wall. So let's just look at it right here. So you need cobblestone, iron, and this item here, ocean sea lantern. How do I make an ocean sea lantern? Well, ocean sea lantern, you need a sea lantern, another sea lantern, and an iron ingot, and you get an ocean sea lantern. So these are actually quite pricey to make. So you need to have all of these blocks here. You cannot have a portal without the corners. I think if you destroy the corner, the portal just goes away. Like, watch. Oh, I guess you just have to build it like this. I guess you can destroy the corners of this portal. Never mind. But I think you cannot light the portal unless you have the corners. But you can destroy it after you've made it. So you can light it with a water bucket. Just pour some water on, and then the portal will be active. So let's jump in. All right, and we are here. In the distance, you can see an amazing castle of Atlantis. I think we got a really lucky spawn for our portal here. We're next to some gigantic basalt vents, which at the bottom has a bit of jet streams. It's like the opposite of a magma block. Normally a magma block would suck you down, but these guys are bubble magma, which shoot you right up as you get into them. This castle here is amazing and is massive. I'll probably do like a little quiet time lapse of it. Yeah, as you can see, Atlantis is pretty amazingly large. I think it is still in depth. It takes advantage of all of the naturally spawning Minecraft blocks. And there are cave systems here. We have detritus sandstone. Lots and lots of things here. I want to see if there's any uses for it here. You can make some algae. And yeah, that's quite a lot of things you can take a look at. We have some algae here, which can be used to make like mossy stuff. And you can also get it from algae blocks. You can also make algae from kelp and sand. But generally quite decorative. There doesn't seem to be anything else here in terms of ores. So really it's just a underwater world to be discovered. Now, alright, and I realize we haven't spawned the Leviathan yet, so let's do it. Oh. You know what? It's probably because I'm peaceful right now. I think the Leviathan is a... Whoa. Wow! Look at that thing, it's huge! And it just disappeared. Oh my god. Okay, well, the Leviathan seems a little bit buggy. But it just likes to go right to the surface. Alright, we're back here in the overworld. Ah, okay, so I think because the Atlantis world is just like a giant ocean box. Whereas here, in the overworld, it's not the same. Oh my god, that fish is getting mauled. But yeah, the Leviathan... Oh, the Leviathan's attacking the lamprey. Interesting. Is the Leviathan gonna win, or is the lamprey gonna win? Oh my goodness. I think the Leviathan's gonna lose, boys. I think the lamprey clearly is the better predator. So you guys don't have anything to be afraid of, boys. So yeah, if you guys enjoyed this mod, be sure to leave a like. Go check it out for yourselves. And that is it for our Atlantis mod. Oh wait! What's that over here? I forgot to tell you guys. The Atlantis mods adds a sodium bomb. Ding, 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 ding. How do we do it? What do we do with the sodium bomb, boys? A sodium bomb is built just, well, you need TNT. You add some sodium nuggets. Currently, I have no idea how to acquire sodium nuggets in the natural environment. But all you need is a flint and steel, boys. And let's set it off. As you can see here, it actually destroys water. It actually destroys water and blocks underwater. And also deals damage too. Look at that. Oh, that's bad. Yeah, sodium bomb. If you guys haven't wanted to detonate stuff underwater and also clear out water, the sodium bomb is just for you. Look at that. Alright, now I'll actually see you guys later.
In the rear with the gear. The tires, let's light some fires. Need a light. They picked the wrong fight.